Thank you, Doug.
There was more on that, yeah?
Yes,
Did you want to
more.
respond to more?
Okay. Will you guarantee community involvement in all levels? I think that as we move into, once it goes into the resolution with the county council, that's a very public process. Everybody will have an opportunity to comment on that. I think that the leadership of these two groups is committed to having more community meetings. Dickie talked about the roadshow that they were doing to gather more input. There is a blog that will collect information, and all of the meetings at the county council level will be public meetings, agendized and posted, which you are all welcome to attend to. There's a couple questions on here. How will the board of directors on the land trust be chosen? That's one of the details that we can't answer tonight. It really depends on who the land trust is, what the makeup of it is. Is it something that's existing or is it a new organization? Those will be some of the things that are worked out hopefully in 2009 as we work on the details.
Kalani, where will the 60-unit boutique and TVRs be located?
What I want to do is outline where the Kapalua Mauka project is. Here is where the existing resort is.
Dim the lights so we can
Sure. So this is where the existing resort is, and directly Mauka, as you turn into Office Road, directly Mauka of that, where the village golf course is, that's where the Kapalua Mauka project district is, which is here. I want to just remind everybody that this is a project that is already approved and it passed through County Council. We have approval to do 690 units there, as well as rebuild our village golf course, or rebuild a new golf course, and about 5 acres of commercial. So there will be, we have the approvals to build the 690. It's just a matter of what type of use those will be. The hotel will be located within that project. I'm not exactly sure of the exact location.
like 60 years of the hotel. 60 years of the hotel.
Is it a hotel?
Yes, it would be a boutique hotel.
Why are you choosing to put one section of the Mauka lands into important ag lands rather than including that in the conservation?
Okay, well, as I explained in our presentation, when we looked at this, it's what is the area that is the most critical to the community? And the area that is heavily used is the Makai portion. When we came back to the table with our proposal for conservation, was to dedicate 255 acres of Makai land from Honolua Bay to Punalau. We also wanted to do the addition of the 3,000 acres of conservation, and we wanted to retain the Mauka lands. We didn't know where we were going with that, and we wanted to retain that, and it wasn't included in this proposal. The leadership of these two groups, through their conversations with us, asked us and had Ryan and I going back to our board to see what can we do, where is there a compromise. We've compromised in the terms of putting those lands back into the conversation tonight, and by pledging to participate or designate them as important ag lands designation.
What use is planned for the high Mauka area not included in the conservation land? You took care of that already, huh?
Is there? Do we know?
Whoever asked that question. What use is planned for the high Mauka area not included in the conservation lands?
So this area here and this area here, which is Maui land and pineapple lands, is currently zoned ag. And it will stay zoned ag for all intensive purposes. We don't have any plans for that. And right now it is zoned as ag for agriculture.
Gentlemen's farms?
It's zoned as agriculture. We don't have any plans for any residential development.
It's possible in the future.
I can't answer that. We're also working on, I can't answer that. It's zoned as agriculture.
How much money do you want for the land outright?
That's a question that we can't answer at this point. We would still need to do an appraisal. What we're trying to do, and hey, what we want to say is if you guys want to raise the money, or if you have somebody who could come and give a check, we could do that, and we're not against doing that. What we were trying to do was, yes, the reality is that we need to create value for our company. We are a for-profit company. We need to make money. Very evident with the news in the last couple of weeks that it is an important thing for our company. And we wanted to figure out a way to make a compromise between the community and figure out how can we get the community this land and preserve it without having a huge financial drain on any one party. We can't afford to just give the land. We need to create value, and it seems that it would take a very long time for the community to raise the funds to purchase that land. So we have gone back, and I think that we've gotten very creative in working with the county council members as well as the mayor's office on trying to find a way that satisfies our goal of creating value without having a huge cash transaction.
Let's see. Why does the government have to be involved in the land trust arrangement? Is there a precedent? Is there a precedent where it does not?
Just clarify, the government would not be involved in the management of the part of the land trust, but it would be a way of, there would be three parties to it. When we would transfer the land, we would secure we hope to secure an agreement with the Parks Department to get the park credits, which would then allow the transfer to the land trust. We're a big proponent of transferring the land to a land trust versus to the county or the state. We think that the land trust would be much more successful in achieving the community's objectives on how to manage and Malama this area.
See, when all is said and done, will the general population be voting on all matters?
Dickie? What's that? It's, yeah. And they're not going to be speaking tonight, the government. Oh, you want to answer that?
Yeah.
Great.
So the way that the process will work is that we will submit very similar to how the process was back in April of 2007, where Joanne Johnson submitted the resolution to appropriate $1 million of open space funds towards the purchase or acquisition of the Lipoa lands. And it would be handled in that same manner, where a resolution would be submitted into I believe it would be the Parks Committee, and the members of the County Council, who we've all elected to represent us, would then vote and hear that. You'll have an opportunity, it'll be a community meeting, you can voice your concern or voice your comment, but they will be the people that will be voting on the approval of that resolution.
Will an appraisal of the land be done and made public before any work is done by any parties to formulate this plan or deal? To formulate a plan or deal.
I'll answer that one too. Yes, if we get to the point where the resolution is approved by the County Council, yes, of course, the Parks Department, and to be able to create the value as we're working out the details of that, an official appraisal will be done to make sure that everybody is comfortable with the value of it.